is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone crackers bag a thing now. Begs through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch trim.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
You got it locked and loaded to the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads. Mr. Producer, what happened in July? We were just celebrating the 4th and the 10th and recovering from them hangovers. And now we had the 30th? Well, I mean, one good thing, that means that starting this weekend, we got football for the rest of the year, which is awesome. But I still want to know what happened in July. Because I mean, August done here, and apart from my birthday, that means we getting ready for back to school and all that rigmarole. Oh, no. Musa. Anyway, we'll get through it together. It is Tuesday, and here's how you become a talking head. Here's how you chime in. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, all open. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300, 5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. BTC Flow Channel 612. Cable Channel 969. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day. Right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You know, it's Tuesday. We will be going in short order to Grand Bahama Live for the Freeport Report. As you know, each and every Tuesday, awesome supplement from the Grand Bahama News in the Guardian every Tuesday, getting you caught up with everything Grand Bahama. So we will be going down and chiming in with Sarah Kirkley and Darren Cooper in short order. But before we do that, we got to check out the headlines right here in the 242.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Threads reminds you, new arrivals in stock right now, both locations, Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. Casual, formal, all the accessories to go with. Listen, Fine Threads got it for you. Be sure to check them out. All right. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. Government eyes another minimum wage hike. Minister says increase to come in near future. Minister of Labor and the Public Service, Pia Glover-Rowe, said yesterday another minimum wage increase is coming in the near future. Glover-Rowe gave the update at the Ministry of Labor and Public Services Labor Legislation Reform Symposium, noting there are some long-standing issues, including the introduction of a livable wage, expansion of a national health insurance, and the revamping of pension plans that must be addressed by the government. It must be done strategically, based on research, based on data, and with full consultation with you, unions, workers, employers, so that the changes are rolled out sustainably and do not have an adverse effect or impact on employment, she said. So we'll see how that goes. Because I know a lot of business owners had issues with the last hike in minimum wage. And I think there should be a livable wage, don't get me wrong. But I do agree with the minister, it has to be done strategically, based on research, data, and with consultation, so it rolls out sustainably. $130 million an initial investment for power grid upgrades. The $130 million recently raised to carry out fundamental improvements to Bahamas Power and Light's transmission and distribution system is only an initial investment. This according to CFAL President Anthony Ferguson, who noted yesterday. So you're going to have to continue to upgrade for the next 5+ years to bring it up to what I call first world status, said Ferguson, speaking on the Guardian radio show Z Live Off the Record, hosted by Zhivago Lang. Lang's show was largely a response to misleading comments made by former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis in Parliament in relation to a $100 million bond offering by the company. Read more on that, though. Growth in 2024 in low 2% range, projects central bank governor. Central Bank Governor John Rose said yesterday he expects 2024 growth to be in the low 2% range. Rose, speaking at the bank's monthly economic and financial developments press briefing for June, told reporters that while growth will be closer to the low 2% range, the upside potential really depends on how you can optimize the performance in the tourism sector. Can't be bragging about having all kind of millions and millions and millions of visitors if we don't feel the impact. What's the dollar value? We're still one of the lowest spends in the region. PLP's memorandum of understanding with unions has benefited every worker, Mitchell says. Every worker has benefited from the memorandum of understanding the PLP signed with some union leaders ahead of the last general election, Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell said yesterday. Did we ask every worker, Mr. Mitchell? Really? Or do you have a crystal ball that you know? Third suspect charged in relation to murder near police station. And that's just the front page of The Guardian. So feel free to chime in throughout. We will be going to Grand Bahama, getting caught up with everything in Grand Bahama with the Freeport Report. But that is the headliners right now. What's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison since 1844. Let's check out the text real quick. Naughty, I don't know why you're celebrating football and your Cowboys can't smell a ring. Boy, look here. You're chiming off in 4 o'clock hour now, eh, Big Mac? I ain't heard you for a while. I ain't heard you since they was beating up on Caitlin Clark. But I'm sure I'll hear from you now. You got your Kansas City Chiefs to fall back on. Anyway, worry about your Chiefs. Don't worry about my Cowboys. And don't get in your feelings when we turn out to be right about your girl, Caitlin, too. I noticed when Angels scoring all them double-doubles in a row, we can't hear from you. Good afternoon, Naughty. Please ask the Freeport crew when the announcement of the... Okay, I can get to that. Boy, texted, boy, you're ahead of me on that one. All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll be picking up the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes on the flip side of the break, and we'll see what's buzzing in Grand Bahama with the crew from the Grand Bahama News. We'll touch base with Sarah Kirkley, with Darren Cooper, check out the Freeport Report, and we'll, chop it up as we do each and every Tuesday. All things Grand Bahama coming up on the flip side of the break as the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Et puis chita, s'il vous plaît, y a prélé pour radiographie. Thaler. C'est ça qui fait relé Salton. Ou pas de problème dans Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, Image at Grosvenor's, nous pas jamais faire plusieurs rendez-vous résultats. Ça veut dire entrée sortie. Si test depuis stage montré écran radiologue nous ka conduit alternatif test dépitage ça. Kounya la même. Ou bien, relez-nous dans 328 81 57 pour faire rendez-vous à Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, Image à Grosvenor, ou bien relez-nous dans 328 81 57, faire rendez-vous à Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, Image à Grosvenor, ou bien visiter location nous Kamakelod Shodia.
Bahamas, Salisbury wants you to join us as we celebrate our amazing Bahamian athletes as they head to Paris for the 2024 Olympic Games. As a truly Bahamian company, we're cheering loud and proud for our incredible team. Join us this summer as we raise a toast to their hard work and dedication as they proudly represent our flag, our country, our peer, our athletes. Here's to bringing home the gold. Good luck, Team Bahamas. Salisbury, truly Bahamian. Drink responsibly.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, 'cause you'll chances with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
We are bucket together when everybody out. Fried chicken, we are free bucket for the crowd. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Crispy original when we're online. Bucket together under the new dance craze.
Hot KFC Summer Bucket Deal. 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits with options to add family fries, a 2-liter switcher, and 4 pineapple biscuits, starting at $20. KFC, it's finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
The meeting is called to order.
Josh will now provide us with the financial update. Josh?
A power out now? Shucks.
Power outages are often unpredictable. Be prepared and power up your home with financing from CIBC Caribbean. We offer up to 100% financing on renewable energy systems for your home. Conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/renewable energy loans for more information and to apply online.
And we're back at you on the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads. And it's time for the Buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And John's has everything for back to school. All your back to school needs covered. Be sure to check them out. Both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta. They got a great back to school promotion as well, too. Great prizes up for grabs. So be sure to check them out, all right? John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store on Rosetta. Both of those locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. All right, let's get down to Grand Bahama. Sarah Kirkby and Darren Cooper checking in. We got the Freeport Report coming at you. What's happening, guys? Hope all is well.
Hey, guys. Hey, Naughty.
What's happening, Darren? And we got Sarah, too, correct?
I'm here. I couldn't find the button to put my mic on.
Well, listen, I can be honest with you all. Today, I need you all to get me totally caught up with everything going on in Grand Bahama, because, Sarah, you'll laugh at this now, but I'm going through what you just got out of. The off-to-school trek.
Oh, geez.
My oldest is getting a couple of nice offers for football and baseball. He's a smart kid, great academics, so we'll see. Now it looks like me and MJ got to go through the whole routine with you just getting out of. Lucky you.
I know how that feels. I know.
Listen about just look at you gloating. Just listen. Just like, welcome, feel the pain that I went through. Enjoy the misery. See you in 3 years.
Exactly. See how much you can stretch a dollar and how creative you become on doing things. You'll see. And how much you can use Expedia.
Boy, I tell you already. Because we got to go on some visits, and Expedia already popped up real fast. You ain't lie. But anyway, what's good in Grand Bahama? What's good, Sarah? Let me know, because I'm sure me and Darren could discuss the bad and the ugly. But what you got for us this week?
Yeah. Well, first of all, before I get to that, I have to talk to you a little bit about sports. I know it's the next hour, but I just have to say, I don't know about you, but this time of the year, I love watching all these different sports. I spent an hour watching archery, equestrian, all these different sports all over. I don't know if you're enjoying
the Olympics.
I'm loving the Olympics. Yes, I'm loving it.
You're watching sports that I don't really consider a sport, except for the Olympics. But that's fine. You're having your Robin Hood flashbacks watching archery. It's all good.
That's right. I'm definitely having Robin Hood flashbacks. But I'm enjoying it. So I hope everybody's keeping up.
No, but that's
and
one good
watching
thing
it.
about
Good
the
to
Olympics
support
that I
it all.
enjoy as well too. You do get to see events you don't watch every day, so in the moment, it's really good.
Exactly. And the women's rugby has been absolutely amazing. Those girls they're scary. I wouldn't like
They
to
got
see them
women's
in the back of the
rugby
barn.
in the Olympics.
Oh, yes.
I need to go
New
pull
Zealand
that up. That
won
sounds like
today.
at least 5 minutes worth of material for jokers. I'm telling you.
It was fabulous. Okay, I'm sorry. And I'll digress there and I'll get better. I'm sorry. So our lead story today is the shipyard dredging, the large sand mass that we've talked about a couple times on here, and a lot of people have asked about, and I know Darren was very concerned, so we spoke to him, and we spoke to a couple residents, but we've also spoken to the shipyard. They assure us that everything's been packed down. There's nothing for anyone to worry about. It seems like they're going to use this for other projects, but we weren't given any clarification on that. It was the fill that was moved to allow for the two largest docks in the world to come into Freeport. So it's pretty impressive, and you can see from the picture how massive it is. As far as I understand, it's Freeport Container Port land. We did not hear from them on what's happening there, but that's what we know of so far, and we'll stay on it. Darren, do you want to have any feedback on that?
No, it's good to know that there's some update being given, so I'm surprised with that for now.
Yeah, David Scantlebury was quick to give us an update, so everyone can read that. Conservation Cove is a really nice story. We've been waiting to put this one in, so I apologize for the delay on it. They're working really hard down there to work on the conch population, which I know this would be good. You'd like this one, Naughty. And they're doing a lot of stuff out in West End. It's a whole process. It's a really good story and a great one for people to read about who really do care about the environment and care about conch, which is our most important food group for the whole of the Bahamas. And it's something everyone should be really interested in.
I'm glad to know that. I mean, you know me. I love my seafood. We got to protect it at all costs. Yeah. You know that. I don't ever want not have my grouper or my conch or my wilks or my lobster or my crawfish. Come on now.
Exactly. So this is a way that we can all work together to make it happen, because we're like one of the only countries that still have conch. I believe Key West is still you can't even look for conch there, right? They're done. So we don't want to get to that situation. So I would encourage everyone to read this, see what they're doing. You can also visit Conservation Cove. They've had big openings before, but when you go there to do the tours for Coral Vita, and you'll also see the group down there, what am I thinking? I want to say Save the Bays, but Waterkeepers, who are doing all the mangrove rebuild as well. So it's really good, and we obviously need that desperately with hurricane season upon us. We have a bit of a story that Darren actually led us to on Pinder's Point. So this is a story about water quality, and we understand that the Grand Bahama Utility Company has been all over there today. So we thank them for following up on this story, and we look for an update as soon as they can give us one on these issues. So that's an update there on what's happening with the water in that Pinder's Point area. There is the July Roundup, which will tell you everything that happened here, and in Abaco as well. I don't think we had any Bimini news. The good news we had, well, it's good and bad, right? A toddler was hospitalized, and we were all terrified this last week that the child had not made it, but the child did make it. And so this is really the good news. But it reminds me again to encourage people about swimming lessons, watching your children at all time in the summer in the water. And so these are just important things we all have to keep in mind when we have young children.
Because they'll get out of your eyesight in 2 seconds.
Oh, my Lord.
They got a knock for it. And they'll find a nook or a cranny or a crevice to hide in, and you got issues. You got problems then.
And even if, even when they know how to swim, you have to be careful.
Exactly.
Because, what they're like with each other is even worse. So
for real.
Yeah. I can tell you all about that when I was younger. We have unfortunately, it's a sad story for Darren and I know Darren will want to say something on this today. We lost two very prominent business people last week. Chris Lowe was a mighty force to be reckoned with. He had just built this amazing out there barge, which we talked about before. It's phenomenal. It was it's a floating restaurant and bar in the ocean. And it was great, but he was also part of the Kelly's team and rebuilt it beautifully after the hurricane. He was also a chamber president. just well loved in the community. He was part of the Freeport group that we had just started to work, about our concerns about everything with the Freeport Licensee Association, everything to do with the Port Authority. He was this wealth of knowledge. And so it was a huge loss for us, for the community on him. Let me let Darren say something.
Oh, yes, sir. I do join you in that. Chris was one of those who never hesitate to advise, encourage, support, or even guide other small business owners, and especially educate them on their rights and how important for us to take a stand. I've had many conversations with Chris Lowe, many dialogues, things that I didn't understand. I was able to pick up the phone and call him. He would have been able, within less than an hour, send me some information on it. Never hesitate to sit down and break it down and make it clear to you. And so, yes, the passing of Chris Lowe for me is a significant loss. I've known about him for years, but I've just had the great privilege of working with Chris Lowe some 3 years now in the fight for Freeport and the revitalizing and really educating all of our younger business owners on our rights. And so, I still feel his passing. I still have the wow in my mouth on the passing of Chris Lowe, and may his soul rest in peace. And condolences to his family, Lynn, who just was a bubble of joy, and just her excitement of all that he was doing and all that he did. His greatest cheerleader and greatest supporter. And so I know she will miss him as much as we will miss him in the community of Grand Bahama.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see it as a tremendous loss. Yeah, I'm shocked by seeing Chris picture that. I did not know. I'm kind of shocked by that right there. It kind of took me for a loop.
He's originally a Nassau boy.
That's what I'm saying. I remember him moving to Freeport years ago, but that's one of the Nassau crew for sure.
Yeah, so he came here and he loved Grand Bahama. What he didn't know about solar and the Port Authority rules and everything. I mean, I love to argue with him about politics. It was fantastic. So he will desperately be missed. We also must send a warm, heartfelt, all our big hugs to the Jeanette family. Mr. Jeanette would have been an older gentleman in our community, but he was such a force. He would have been here in the early days in the 60s, did everything with sanitation services, has never stopped working that I've ever known. His wife is a huge force in the Catholic Church here. He has 2 sons, one that works in the States and one that works here, David Jeanette Jr. And so it was hard. He was also my softball league coach. He was a great guy, really loved this island and did so much. He kept our streets clean. He pretty much built Freeport as we know it a lot. So it's a lot to say about him. And Luke Carroll says some beautiful words about him as well. I don't know if you knew Mr. Jeanette.
Yes, I know Mr. Jeanette years ago from sanitation.
Okay.
I could never grab a hold of him being the boss, but always carry on as if he was an employee, always prepared to jump on a machine or hop in a truck and just get the job done. He, like you say, Sarah, I never know him to not be working or to stop working. There were days when everybody go home and he stayed behind just to finish up what needed to be done, always working on projects. And he has tremendously imparted so much on the island of Grand Bahama. His time, his investment, and just his love for this island. And so, yes, he'll be greatly missed within our community. I didn't have that personal relationship with him, but I do know his son very well. And so, yes, his life, Grand Bahama has lost two of our finest in the recent days.
It's been like you said, Naughty, earlier, July's been a pretty hard month.
Yeah,
it went quick.
It went quick, and it took some good friends with it, too.
It did. I want to go to the eyesore first, if I could. I'm really annoyed by this one. The Port Authority were blocked from revoking the Lucayan Towers occupancy permit, which I get it for the people that live there and they're worried, but I don't get it for the safety of the people. I don't know how it will work legally. If this building falls down on top of someone who's responsible now, if the court stops, it's so mired in so many different things, because it's also, I'm sure, because Darren has mentioned before, he's got family who's invested. It's so frustrating. for the people who've invested in this building and where it's at. And I just don't know how it's going to get resolved. And seeing that now this injunction's been there, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm quite frustrated. I don't know what you think, Darren.
Well, Sarah, I think those who would have filed for the injunction and got it granted will be the ones that will be held accountable. The building do carry great concern. It's a very high-rise building.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's more risk than reward in those pictures.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, I have relatives that are in the building, but it's about saving lives more than it is saving face. And it's unfortunate that Lucayan Towers is having its legal fight. I think they need to put their differences aside and work for the common good, stay within compliance. We've seen what happened abroad, even right next door to us in America with a high-rise building. And that is one of the reasons why, for us, for me, anything that happens outside of the port not doing their job, I'm holding the Port Authority accountable. But in this case, they're seeking to do their job and basically saying, hey, I've given you a year to upgrade, to look into the structural concerns and to provide the necessary requirements that's needed for this building. 1 year later, they've come now to revoke occupancy, which I believe has been an ample time for them to give them to be able to work through their differences, at least do something. But you've done nothing from the time I've given you this letter with a threat to revoke it, and now you've filed an injunction. I understand that the property has two boards fighting against each other, and one of the old boards happens to be a named lawyer in our community, and so he was probably able to get his injunction. And I hope that if it's him, that they hold him accountable for the negligence if someone's life is injured or someone is injured while on this property.
Yep, totally agree with everything you said there, Darren.
I'm
they've got
really
no elevator. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I know you have your eyesores every week, but this really is an eyesore.
Yeah, and I live near the building.
It's a concern.
Yeah,
it's more a concern than anything else.
Yeah, I know, and I'm looking at the balconies.
building.
The balconies are in dire need of repair. They're obvious hazard.
The pieces are falling. I mean, what's going to happen? Some young kid I don't know. It's just horrible. And like Darren says, what makes it more frustrating is, we've pushed, and the Port Authority has been very clear. They gave them a year. They gave them lots of time. Nothing was done. And this has been an ongoing problem, this argument with the board's unable. There's tons of condos in Grand Bahama that get frustrated, but their condos run and they have proper AGMs and do everything properly. But it seems from what I'm understanding, a lot of business with the courts and injunctions and little silly things that have stopped this from happening and caused this huge risk for everybody, their investment, safety concerns, you name it. It really has surprised me that this ineptitude has happened. I don't know how big it goes, but it's crazy, and I was really shocked what the courts did. I did not think that would happen.
All right, well, before we get to a couple other stories we got to touch base on, and I see that one with Darren front and center in the Grand Bahama News today with the official high school yearbook photograph.
Hold on, you got one more.
No, I know. Before that one, would you get to it? And before we get to those two stories, I got a couple of questions off the text lines for you guys. First and foremost.
Sorry, my apologies.
No worries, man. First one right here. Good afternoon, Naughty. Please ask your Freeport crew when the announcement of the buyer of the hotel will be announced. I know Brave is resting from his surgery, but now we're on week number 5. Yep, week 5. And nada.
Well, Naughty, the most I can say from the little that I do know is that the hotel is presently on contract. And, that means is now, I guess, the preliminary work is being done, whether we want this, whether we could use this, what is going on. And hopefully within the 6-week span, once that portion is done, then we'll be able to see some, I guess, level of an agreement being signed. Then it'll take additional 90 days to be able to finalize everything. And that's basically what I'm being told from employees that would have sat in the meeting that was held by the board of directors for the property. And so, you know, we had the deputy prime minister, acting prime minister on Grand Bahama last week, I think, for 2 days. And I thought we would have had something as relates to, hey, you know, there are some things being done, but I guess he didn't shoot himself in the leg before, and so we must want to wait until it's all finalized. I do hope that from what I'm being told as relates to the people that are interested in this property, they do have the ability and the desire and the goal to be able to give us something similar to or better than or just like a Bahama. Grand Bahama needs it. We don't want it. We need it. And I hope that the government will do all within its power, along with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, who also plays a role in this, to do all within their power to make sure that this deal is sealed and the people of Grand Bahama get the opportunity to embrace the opportunities that this project can bring to us. This will bring back a portion of hope to our island, and hopefully this will bring some encouragement with having the hotel sale completed and other projects that seems to can't get out of this pipeline that's been stuck in for some time.
All right. Here's another one for you. Good afternoon, Naughty. Ask Darren if he heard or attended the PLP rally last week held at St. Matthew's Baptist Church in Pelican Point, where the DPM told the people in East Grand Bahama that if they want the government dock or school in Sweetings Key, they have to vote PLP. If the people in High Rock want the seawall that was destroyed in Dory, they have to vote PLP. If they want a school in East Grand Bahama, they should vote PLP. I thought this was a government for all. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, Naughty, no, I won't be invited to anything that the PLP is secretly having. Didn't know about it. And even if I probably knew about it, I probably may not have gone because I probably would not have felt safe being around the PLP. But I didn't know about it. I did know that there was something in East Grand Bahama, but didn't have the details on it. But now that the text is saying this would have been what would have been, I guess, discussed at this meeting, it probably now leaves me to want to dig deeper into, see if I can go through some of that footage and see who I may have known that was a part of this to be able to get this footage of the DPM saying what he did say. But I could tell you this, there's nothing much happening in East Grand Bahama. I am being told, but not by a reliable source, that the McLean's Town School will open for school term. I strongly doubt it, but I love to be proven wrong. And if he's saying they vote PLP in the next election and they'll get the Sweetings Key dock and the schools, then what he should do is he should start working now to convince them that what he's saying is actually true. And he'll deliver before rather than after, because, you know, they'll say plenty of things to get the vote. And when they get it, they'll tell you it's coming. And it'll come next year election, like how we get in the Holmes Rock Primary School next year and not this year. And then the Alukaya Hotel sale won't be until the 4th year and not this year. And the airport won't start until the next year and not in this year. So, yeah, plenty empty promises before we vote. So let's vote for them after we get the promises fulfilled.
The goalposts keep moving and moving in this, man. Every time I look up, it's a, you know, an addition and an amendment to the deal or to the agreement. I thought they promised these things on the campaign trail.
Well, you know,
shouldn't these have been delivered already or been almost completed?
We was promised the Holmes Rock Primary School under the by-election, and now we've been told that the money for the Holmes Rock School is just came out in this budget cycle. Being to see it till next year.
So we ain't gonna see it then.
No, not till next year.
But next year's election year. Next year is 2025. They can ramp up for 2026. You think they can really get to that?
And well, hey, I believe they can get to it, and that's why they can get to it, because they're leading close to the election.
Ah.
They can't go back in the election without some of these
okay.
things.
So they wanted to be fresh. They wanted to be impactful.
We'll probably see the demolishing of the police station in West End, and then we'll probably see the start of the seawall.
I bet you next year you find a buyer for the hotel and the airport get finished.
Yeah, well, the airport will start next year. I know we're going to finish next year.
But you can find a buyer.
The DPM did reveal something as relates to the airport. which is helpful for us, because we were trying to wonder why we're waiting for the demolishing of the old terminal. Now he's saying that it's no longer being demolished; it's actually being redesigned.
Right, that's what the update we just
But
saw.
see
right?
now, but wasn't it clearly it was to be demolished several weeks ago? Now it's redesigned.
It's being redesigned for a cargo hub, is what was announced by the DPM, acting prime minister. So it's always changing, and the airport is going to be rebuilt east of the domestic terminal, which is more on the GB Highway Road, along with the new tower. So there's so much unclear information. That's why, you've been here for 2 weeks, doing what? 2 days, doing what? When you could have sit down, instead of having an exclusive interview with your station, with the government station, you could have had one with all of our reporters, and we could get clear information, clear understanding, and ask the necessary question that's needed. But as if they only want to write the questions they want you to ask, and they want to be interviewed by the people who will ask them the questions they want and not get the real answer. And that is what is so frustrating as relates to all of this. All of this being done, whole new project for the old existing international airport, and we're going to hear it through a media report. Wow. That's what I say. Wow.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is people just want some concrete answers, something to go on that's actually tangible, not just political rhetoric and promises.
They keep changing.
Yeah, we're still waiting for our update. We haven't had one. We have requested one, so seeing the update on ZNS was good to see today, but I would have liked to know
Has
more.
the Minister of
So
Grand
I hope
Bahama
we can get
become
some.
any more accessible than previously, or no?
Never. No, not available.
Wow. It's amazing. Isn't that a portfolio that you should be able to speak on at the drop of a dime, since it's your portfolio and since you're a
You
resident?
gotta know what's going on, be able to speak on the dime.
Very sad situation there, because I think that's a big blockage right there for Grand Bahamians in getting information disseminated. If you have a ministry, shouldn't that information be readily available for all Grand Bahamians?
Yep.
I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I won't put it out there for clarity's sake. All right, Darren, let me know about this shipyard dredging, sand, no cause for concern. So have you done? Obviously, you went down and you out. What we got going on down there?
Noddy, I won't say that it's no cause for concern. I'm only going based on what Sarah would have said. From what I see, here is this huge land that was cleared down, and I call it slush. They call it some package something that's now being held in this corded pool area that is great concern, because God forbid we get a storm that comes from the North Shores and we get a flood. That what is packaged down will become wet again and could possibly run over this whatever height rock barrier and run into communities like the Regency Park, the North Bahamia, the Hawksbill, the Sunrise subdivision, and also, if depending on the storm, can also wash up to the town area, Queens Highway. So I think there's more information that's needed, rather than just saying it should not be that of a concern for us. It is a big concern because we're the ones that are in the lineup in the event of an unforeseen. And so we should have a better dialogue, or better dialogue should be had with the people as it relates to this whole product. We support the expansion, we support the works that are being done, but at the end of the day, we don't want to support it at the expense of our detriment.
Yeah, so we were told clearly by the shipyard who spoke that it was not a concern because it has been packed down, as it provides protection from flooding and is no risk to the community, is what we got told about it. I understand this was the same thing, larger land masses that were there from the other excavation that's enlarged in the Freeport Container Port. But we have reached out to the container port. In fact, I know I chased up myself, so we have received no comment from them. We are hoping they will still make a statement, Darren. And I agree. I don't think that it's that people here, we just want to know what's going on. I don't think we have a problem with it. It's the same with the airport and with, with the hotel. I understand you've got to find a buyer, and it's a key property. And I hope the government is able to do that and give us someone phenomenal, or at least a base to start with, because it's so greatly missed in our community. And I know they're working on that diligently. But with the airport, I really would appreciate more updates because it's just good for us to know we're, a community that's still recovering and we want to thrive. We have all these possibilities coming in. So, it's a big concern. So, would like more communication on that. I agree with that. And over communication as a girl is never a problem. We love to over communicate.
All right,
So
speaking of communicate,
I love it.
let's get to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
How you doing?
Talking
John,
Heads, what's
Johnson.
happening? What's happening in Seattle?
Yeah, I just want us as Grand Bahamians to understand that no airport and no hotel is going to fix our issue. An economic strategy is the only thing that's going to fix it. When we talk about the airport, when you do a multiple of what an airport costs and where it gets its revenue from, an airport, if you examine it, is nothing more than a mall. It requires a certain amount of pass-through for it to be viable. A hotel the size of Atlantis, as you said, Darren, requires a throughput of people always wanting to get to that hotel or that property. One cannot exist without the other. This is a chicken and egg thing. It has to come at the same time, simultaneously connected. The problem is that we as Bahamians, especially Grand Bahamians, keep looking. It's like we focus on the shiny objects, the nickels and the dimes, when we need dollars to be able to fix our problem. We are not hearing that. That is the problem. And so I don't care what. When you have a population of 60,000 where literally unemployment or underemployment is above 50%, and that's where people are, even the ones who are employed, have left the island and is sustaining it. And for the 7 months of this year, we have not heard a single new initiative, except for what we have heard for decades, that we are now having conversation of what might happen and some of these things in the pipeline still being finalized and everything. And there's no impact thing. We're being praised. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready for what? Prepare yourself, prepare yourself, prepare yourself. For what? Because no one can experience it. We are in a crisis on Grand Bahama like we have never experienced anywhere. The country has a reliance on Grand Bahama to support 25% of the economy is a major, major thing. We have to shift the conversation because we are in a new dispensation. And only until we recognize, especially if Mr. Donald Trump wins, that digitization, digitalization, datification, and digital transformation of our economy, access to the new tools of fintech and otherwise, will allow us to build and be an inclusive economy. We could very well find that Grand Bahama and the rest of the Bahamas is gentrified. What I mean by that is gentrified to the exclusion of Bahamians because the rest of the world is being prepared and having access to these tools. But we're not saying anything. We're screaming right now, oh, the workforce doesn't have the skill set, doesn't have anything set. If they don't have the skill set for making beds and the simple things we're doing even in fast food restaurants, you really believe that they're going to have the skill set needed and the tools that's necessary to build a 21st century economy? We have to demand more from this government. Let me just end by saying this. I have no doubt in my mind that the next administration happens to understand, under the leadership of Michael Clinton, that happens to understand what it requires to build an economy where CMSMEs can thrive. That's college, micro, small, medium enterprises, and have access to global capital. What we need to do is prepare ourselves, register to vote, tell your family and your friends, register to vote, and when the next conversation begins, ask these questions. Not just the what. Make sure you ask, how are you going to do it? How? Not just what. Because everybody can Google stuff and say what. Okay? Oh, we this and we this. No. Tell us how and explain to me in the simplest terms how we will be included. It's plain and simple. Thank you so much.
All right, Alan, thanks so much. Always great stuff from you. Let's get to the other call real quick. Talking Heads.
Hey, good day, Naughty.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's going on, Mr. Hoppy? Go fly out. I heard from you in a minute. I thought you'd get Hoppy and flew out yourself.
For me, I trying to go shut down Bitstown Runway right now. I come and ticket, but then, little hitch up and thing, because they still operating illegally on my property and, some little hiccups. But I got to go shut it down, hopefully by now and next week. I'm just putting certain things in place. They, because this administration, they say one thing and be doing any kind of thing when they, got one microphone in front of them. But what's the island saying, being prepared? How you could expect things from the septuagenarian crew, right? When they ain't up to speed with nothing, with these false ministries they make up, like this BPL thing with back in the news again. I know how it is that BPL could not have raised the whole 100 and something million and offer shares to people, to the Bahamian public, because that's our generation, that's our energy company, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Bahamians, right?
What'd you say?
That's our energy company, right?
Well, our BPL should be, yeah. It is ours for now.
Been around before
Till we
our
give it
time,
away.
Right? It's been around before we born, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Bahamian own, right? Now,
Well, at least I meet it here. So, yeah, it's been around for a minute.
But their exclusive partnership, like ministers say, who are these people who talk but come up with this little 30-something million, and then they say they offer some some bond. The bond was specified that y'all ain't owning nothing, y'all ain't got no voters' rights, 100 and something million over prescribed. But let's look at it. The main thing about that is they won't hold on to this for 25 years. All of them gonna be dead and gone, right? And here it is, another thing, that if you had, what they're saying is, if you had $45,000, you still couldn't subscribe, because they say the cutoff is $50,000, right? That's discriminatory, don't you think?
A lot of questions to be asked, my brother.
Anything. If you had 40,000, 35, 25,000, and the average person who might say, man, I want to buy a little share because I'm trying to get my little thing, and I got my little $5,000. We all are not included. We are not included. It
is good for some and not for others. That's just how it is.
Not good for the masses.
No.
They don't want the masses to be a part of it. Like 52 will say, y'all from the plantation and y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all got to stay in that group.
My brother, you're making sense as always. I got to get to the break. I got to wrap up with free, but go ahead real quick.
One last thing. They saying that you could buy it back at market value when they then take these monies, invest the profit and everything at market value. How many years from now? 25 years from now? That don't make no sense, man. Come on.
Not really.
Bahamian people, we ain't that dumb and stupid, but it is what it is, and we got to do what we got to do. Get solar energy, everybody, and get off the grid and see how it can be. Okay? Have a nice day.
You got to see who controlling solar too, though. Good call, as always. All right, Sarah and Darren, good stuff, man. I appreciate you guys chiming in, as always. And you got any comments before we close?
Yes, I just have to say, please pay attention to the front page of the Grand Bahama News and the ad to the front right. Western Air coming with its flight to Fort Lauderdale. Just in time. Thank you.
You joking? I see one home on that canal jumping out calling my name.
That's right, it is. We got some gorgeous homes. Now's the time to buy before we get too busy.
There you go. I might have to put my own jokers down there, boy. For real, boy. You might be twisting my arm, boy, Sarah. And you know that's what my wife and my family at, so. Good stuff as always. Darren, what you off to this week? You got more adventures this week? You going to inspect and do your due diligence and activate it?
No, I'm legit just trying to, behave myself and see what the government have up their sleeve and keep their feet to the fire.
Good stuff, but you're doing a good job of it, man. The lives are impressive, too, so keep them up as well.
Trying.
All right, man. But that's all you could do.
Thank you.
Keep trying,
And
keep
thank you
chopping.
to all the
Eventually, you
listeners.
can fall.
Keep the pressure on. Let's get this airport built.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Especially if I looking at buying one home on the canal. My God. Anyway, you guys be safe. Have a great week, and we'll do it again next Tuesday, man. Good stuff as always. Greatly appreciate your contributions. Quick break, Mr. Producer. On the flip side of the break, we got Cuban Willie's Immigration Report. All brought to you, of course, by the Island Game, taking you straight into the news as the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
We are bucket together when everybody out. Fried chicken we are bucket for the crowd. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Crispy original when we online. Bucket together under the new dance craze.
Hot KFC Summer Bucket Deal. 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits with options to add family fries, a 2-liter switcher, and 4 pineapple biscuits, starting at $20. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste. The fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Splash into summer with CIBC Caribbean. Experience a summer wave like never before when you spend with your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card. Lucky winners will receive prizes including a private boat charter, hotel day passes, staycations, dinners, and more. Each time you spend $200 or more, you'll automatically be entered for your chance to win. Apply today for your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.cibcfcib.com/splash into summer BAH. Promotion ends September 7th, 2024.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Hello, good to see you. Today is Tuesday. So that means I have 4 pelotas for you. The football special today in my numerology report, courtesy of Cuban Willie, brought to you by the Island Game. It's real easy. 5, 5, 5, 5. It's falling all over the place. Play it in the Island Game and win today. Stay winning, my friends.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's pension plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's pension plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's pension plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's pension plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads by Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Purdy should be zooming in. Any given moment. We got Purdy yet? Well, keep an eye out for Purdy. You know, he might be stuck at the air fryer. So keep an eye out for him. And while we wait for Purdy, I'm going to do what I normally do at this time. Hit you up with Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Don't forget, happy hour every Wednesday and Friday at Naughty Johnny's, 5 to 7 p.m. Today's Tuesday, but I'm just giving you a little heads up in advance to remind you. Definitely want to check them out on the way home tomorrow, 5 to 7. Well worth the trip to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. And on this day, July 30th, in sports history, 1930, Uruguay won soccer's first World Cup. They beat Argentina 4-2. 1966, England's soccer team won the World Cup. 1968, Ron Hansen of the Washington Senators made the first unassisted triple play in the major leagues in 41 years. 1971, U.S. President Nixon gave the keynote speech at a banquet honoring 7 new inductees into the Professional Football Hall of Fame. 2001, Lance Armstrong became the first American to win 3 consecutive Tour de France's. There you go. And your sports quote of the day, You don't know what pressure is until you play for $5, but only $2 in your pocket. Lee Trevino, pro golfer.
Lee Trevino.
And he's one of the best to do it. Well, so much for maybes.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
What's going on?
Man, I don't know, man. Who's in and who's out? What's happening in the local scene? You know, our Bahamian guy did really well today.
Well, we about to slide into the local scene right now.
Just slide on in. The electric slide on in.
Oh, God. You're fired up today.
Well, you know, it is what it is today.
If there's anyone should be fired up today, it's me. Not one, but 2 dingers in Pennsylvania last night. 14-4, 2 touchdowns.
Using Judge.
Judge bat for the second one. He used his for the first one. Corner I see we'll get to you in a second. But we'll slide into who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And like I told you, our athletes are over there doing their thing. And Thomas chosen as team captain, veteran set to lead the Bahamas into battle at the Olympics. That's veteran high jumper Donald Thomas. Miller optimistic about mixed relays. Bahamian Wendell Miller is set to lead the Team Bahamas in the mixed 4x400 meter relay at the Paris Olympic Games. The heats of the mixed 4x4 relay will be held on Friday, and the final is set for Saturday. Miller said he's looking forward to the challenge, and I want to see how that goes as well, too. Stephen Gardner, Wendell Miller, Alonzo Russell, Javonia Valcourt, Quincy Penn, and Shania Ali are in the mix. And LaCaritha Cooper will receive nearly all of the benefits of being in the Olympics. Yeah, I don't want to revisit that because that to me right there was a bad decision. The 2 of those young ladies should have been on the squad. I still don't get how you qualify 3rd and get demoted. And I get all the efforts Miss Adderley did, and she should be commended for it and rewarded for stepping in the clutch and stepping up big. The 2 of them, considering they're the future or in the pipeline for track and field in this country, should have gone. The 3rd place should have been competed, and Adderley should have been the alternate, and that's how it should have gone. And one of the homies, cronies, lovers, and friends should have stayed home.
And I have my love for my soccer girl, so you know that is.
It is what it is. I mean,
it is.
I still don't. There's no that math ain't mathing. But anyway, let's see how the team does. We wish them the best, regardless. They're there now, and they need to put the best foot forward. You know.
Yep. I agree.
And of course, Cora Hepburn is functioning as the first female chief.
Good lady, great volleyball player.
Correct.
Player in her day.
Let's get to the phone lines real quick, Purdy. Talking Heads.
A pleasant good evening. Naughty, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Sparky?
Yeah, first of all, let me thank you for living up to your word. I didn't know you was an honest man.
No, stop. I want you to call on Thursday to Purdy with the same conviction when I'm not here, bigging me up, so I could get people call me and tell me, boy, Sparky bigging you up on Thursday.
Yeah, but I mean, thank you for that. I didn't realize you was taller than me, but I believe
better looking than you too.
I believe if I kick you in the knee, I could still win the fight.
Yeah, because I got 2 rotten knees. You know that. You just want company in the wheelchair, that's all. But if you kick me, I'll roll along with you. It's all good.
But at least you see I can still stand up on my 2 legs, and I didn't realize you was taller than me. Thank you for the prizes. You live up to your word. And then that Bahamian boy, that boy must be from over the hill, must be McCullough Corner or somewhere. That boy gonna bust a hole in that heating swim. I hope he could do better in the gold and bring us one swimming medal from the Olympics. Let's pray for him, and let's pray that hurricane or whatever that is don't come this way. Nice to meet you today. We had fun, and I'll see you later. And
Sparky, what did you talk about nice to meet me today? And I know you long time. And last time I buck you was to the comedy show. I could punkle up on the brown bottle. Go buy your brown bottle, sit and go and send no more. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Sparky. Enjoy, my brother.
Naughty, I will mess with his head on Thursday.
Yeah, well, Pearly know that. He waiting for it. It's all good.
I'll be listening.
You done heard, Pearly. You done heard.
I heard it.
Listen, I wish our athletes the best. I mean, they're over there. They have an opportunity to perform well. And I still think that Stevie Gardner and Sean A. still may do their thing in the 400. Because you know, I'm a firm believer, man. Once you get invited to the party, that's all you need. No matter if your suit clean or dirty. Once you get there, do something. You know what I mean?
Amen. Yeah, but I'm happy that he did well. 27th out of 56. That's not bad.
No, man.
You know, so he did really well.
You talking about the young man in swimming? You talking about Mr. Taylor in swimming? Yeah, 27 out of 56. Won his heat, didn't qualify, but that's just how tough the Olympics are.
Yeah, but he set a new Bahamian national record, so, you know, that's great.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Really good job. I'm proud of him. He represented 242 in the best way. I feel like we won something, so I'm happy for him.
There you go. Boy, I tell you. But Mr. Producer, somebody just hit me say, he gone. They going to the Island game to play 5-5-5-5. They tell me it's sold out.
But did that Cuban really give that number out?
Cuban really get a number out?
When Cuban really get a number out, people just buy it, you know.
Boy, I didn't know it would sell out that quick, though.
No, man. Cuban really making people run it. I mean, I cussed you the other day. I cussed Cuban really the other day. Give me some numbers that didn't come.
Cuban will cuss you back. You know, Cuban go. You may not understand it, but...
That's why I cuss him, because I can't speak that language.
There you go. But yeah, Cuban been on a roll lately. But now we get to slide into who's in and who's out, all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. Be sure to check out the flagship store on Mackey, open until 6. The Western location, R&D Plaza, open until 8. And Prince Charles. And don't forget, they got it going on in Freeport for you as well. So no reason for you, like I said, not to be getting your Tropical Gyro on. And try the bowl, too, while you're there. All right. Well, Pearly, let's just address the Yankee in the room. Jazz. 2 for 4 last night. A walk, 2 home runs. Homered in his first at bat, homered in his third at bat. I think the Yankees got a good one there, man. And now conveniently Pearly is muted. You see that? Don't want to talk about the Yankees, boy. If Jazz was a Dodger, oh my God. You digitizing Pearly, you might be in a bad area. But yeah, Jazz did his thing last night. The Yankees did their thing last night. 14-4 winners. And if you actually want to look at grades for the Major League Baseball trade deadlines, we got some trades made already. We'll look at the grades for the teams that have made the trades, and you still got some coming down to the wire. But there's only one trade deadline in any given Major League season, and that day is today. Come 6 p.m., in 45 minutes, the summer trading season will be closed for good.
Yep.
Now,
Sorry about that, Naughty. I thought I was putting the video on. I actually was muting myself.
Muting yourself. Now you figured that out, thank God. The grades will be based on the overall balance in the deals, but did the buyer get a player or players in badly in need? Did the seller get fair value? So you're going to see some grades coming out, but I'll tell you right now, the 3 most involved trades may be the Tampa Bay Rays and Miami Marlins, including the ones that sent Randy Arozarena to the Mariners and Josh Chisholm to the Yankees. I think both of them are going to get highly graded. They got a lot of prospects back in return.
Well, you guys picked up somebody today.
I'll tell you what, though. What disturbed me, the Padres very quietly picked up Tanner Scott.
I saw that.
And right-handed pitcher Brian Hoeing. And the Miami Marlins get left-handed pitcher Robbie Snelling, the Padres number 3 in their farm system. Rated right-handed pitcher Adam Masur, rated number 4 in their farm system. And infielder Graham Pauley, infielder Jay Bishers. The Marlins did it again. They won in that trade for sure. The Mets acquired Paul Blackman from the Athletics.
They may have won, but they gave up a whole lot for their number 2, number 4, and number 5 prospects. That put a dent in their farm system.
Listen here, man. The Royals picked up a decent pickup. They got shortstop Paul DeJong from Chicago. This was the guy that replaced old boy who ended up traded to the Marlins, and now where is he? I think he got released.
Okay, and you guys picked up...
Who was the second baseman for the White Sox a couple of years ago who made a couple of all-star teams for him?
I can't remember.
African-American kid, man.
I know who you're talking about.
Got in a fight and got knocked out, and ever since he got knocked out in the fight, it hasn't been the same. Anderson, yeah. Where is he now?
I don't know.
He might be out of baseball.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Now, this is a good pickup right here, man. DeJong can play second base, and he could also work as a utility infielder. So that's a good pickup for the Royals.
And Josh Bell going to the D-back.
Hold on, but the Royals actually got Lucas Erceg from the Athletics, too. Right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good pickup right there. Alex Cobb went over from the Giants to the Guardians. Josh Bell went to the Diamondbacks from the Marlins. There you go. Remember yesterday we talked about that was one of the dark horse teams. There he is.
Look like the Giants give up because they sent Jorge Soler to the Braves.
Correct. Orioles acquired Trevor Rogers from the Marlins. More prospects.
You know I'm cussing my Dodgers right now, right?
Red Sox acquired Lucas Sims from the Reds. More pitching gone. A lot of pitching gone today. Oh, here you go. The Yankees acquire Mark Leiter Jr. from the Cubs.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. You wasn't listening to me when I said that.
I was waiting for you to bring it back up. I was saying one of the other deals. But yeah, it looks like the Yankees got Mark Leiter, and the Cubs get right-handed pitcher Jack Neely, infielder Ben Kroll. But that's good. That's a good inning eater right there, though. He gets you innings for sure. And he got a nasty splitter.
My Dodgers got me real antsy right now because I can't understand it. They're not pull the trigger on anything decent. I mean, come on. We pick up a couple of utility men. What I can do for us?
Now you know how I feel with the Cowboys in their offseason. Now you know how I feel, bro.
No, this ain't the offseason. I mean, they did great in the offseason, but we know we needed them off pieces. You know you're talking about doing a lot, and you letting everything you're talking about going after get away. Well, maybe we weren't prepared to give up as much as the Giants gave up for Scott. So maybe that's so.
Naughty, hey, I was busy, but tell that deep fry guy that I'm glad that the Jazz went to the Yankees and not to those stinking, choking Dodgers. And better watch out. The Dodgers better watch out because the D-backs are up and coming, and they may get you. Tell Purdy the Diamondbacks may strike.
Okay. All right.
Couple other deals. The Brewers got Frankie Montas. We told you all about that yesterday. So that's a big pickup there for them because Montas is a good pitcher. And the Cubs traded one of their young, talented players as well, too. Y'all got Ahmed Rosario from the Rays, though.
I mean, we just had him last year and let him go. You bring him back again? Come on, man. You had him and you let him go, now you bring him back. I mean, you didn't give up too much to get him, so I don't feel too bad about that. But
yeah,
you know, I'm looking to see something. I'm looking to see Crochet Flaherty and the Dodger uniform, and I'm waiting to see what's going on. They're really pissing me off.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some issues there for the Dodgers late in the year, you know. I think it's going to be some issues for them. I think you got some competition going to be playing their best ball right at the end of the season for the postseason. So,
I'm not worrying about the company. As a healthy Dodger team, none of them could beat us. We got a lot of injuries. The Dodgers got a whole lot.
Correct, but you got to look at the Phillies playing excellent baseball at 65-41.
They're healthy.
The Brewers 61-45. They playing good ball. And you guys are 63-44. But listen, those Padres and those Diamondbacks, they could take up two of those wild card spots right now.
They can, and both teams are very healthy. None of them have had any injuries that of significance yet, which have been very lucky. So we'll see what happens as we go forward.
All right, let's get to this call. Talking Heads. Yeah,
Naughty, listen. I got you got Foily Lillard. You had said that Charles will be in a Yankee uniform. I was looking forward to that. I know it was going to happen because you always get it right. Listen,
thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
George Chisholm's going to be another Ricky Henderson, okay? I give him about 2 years with New York Yankees. Everyone will be singing the praises of Ricky Henderson, George Chisholm. It's just for a guy to get traded in less than 2 days, to hit 2 bombs, within less than an hour of each other, it's just unbelievable. You know, it just don't get any better enough.
I think Jazz has brought some needed excitement and love of baseball to the Yankee locker room, and it's infused, Aaron Judge and a couple other players, because Judge is one of his biggest cheerleaders. When he had that home run last night, the first one, Judge was ecstatic. When he had the second one, Judge was right there as well, too. So I think that welcomed him into the locker room, and I think he'd be a good addition for the Yankees.
Listen, remember that's the house that Ruth built, and so there's so much history there that Judge will only get better, just the surrounding itself.
Now, you want me to pull a Yankee name out of Yankee legendary law for you? Jazz was kind of reminiscent of Craig Nettles last night, man. Had the double play and couple of saves on that third base line off of line drives. Played a good hard corner for him.
I agree with you, but guess why you use Ricky Anderson?
Because of the speed.
Like I know, Ricky Anderson stole 130.
Yeah, he was one of the few leadoff men that had some pop in his bat and hit some home runs.
And he break Lou Brock's record, steal record. Then on top of that, he had more leadoff home run than anybody in baseball.
But right now they got to move Jazz to the top of the lineup because they got him in the 6 hole right now.
No, but he can be at the top of the lineup. When it's all said and done, that's exactly where he can be leading off the Yankees offense. I tell you that. You can take it from me.
All right.
That's going to happen in short order. John's going to be the lead off.
Now, when you talk Yankee, you say you lean to Ricky Henderson. When I see Jazz, I think more Willie Randolph, second base, infielder, good bat, good infielder, good leader, long career with the Yankees. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but like I said, there's so many places you can.
And Willie could have stole a couple of bases in his time too. He was nothing like Ricky Henderson now. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not. Hey, Ricky's a great comparison, but I think Jazz going to end up back in the infield and high up in the lineup.
And that's why I use Henderson, because you don't want a better leadoff than Ricky Henderson, because you've done it in the pinstripe so many times. Ricky Henderson, he stopped.
Hold on. Listen, taking nothing away from Ricky Henderson, and I got mad love for Ricky Henderson. But if you want to talk about great Yankee leadoff man, then Bernie Williams has to be in that conversation.
Oh, definitely, Bernie Williams have to be in the conversation. But when I'm talking about leadoff, I'm talking about leadoff with extreme power.
No, listen. When you come to leadoff hitters, if you ask me, Naughty, who was the greatest leadoff hitter in the game you saw, I would say Ricky Henderson. So don't feel no way.
No. The record is there.
The record is there, but I'm just saying, in Yankee law, you got to put some respect on Bernie's name, man. Bernie was a good center fielder and won plenty of championships with the Yankees.
No, listen, I'm taking none away from guys like Bernie Williams, you know.
Yeah.
No question about it. I'm just saying that in terms of the leadoff role, I can see if Jazz, barring no injuries, he will surpass Ricky Henderson leadoff stats. I tell you that.
Boy, that's a tall order. I hope he does it.
It's a tall order, but guess what? That's possible.
It is possible. You ain't lie.
You only have to believe, and Jazz doesn't believe that he can do it.
Well, I with you, because they said Brady 7 couldn't be touched. Mahomes halfway there, so let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, man, I can keep listening for the rest of those trades. But we definitely need 2 good arms.
Yeah.
To take us across the finish line.
I was hoping we were going to get Flaherty from the Tigers, but I don't think that panned out.
Man, we couldn't possibly miss not getting 2 arms. We need two good arms.
I bet you on that, my brother. Let's see how it plays out. Be safe. Good call as always. Yeah, excitement back in Yankee Nation, Pearly. How about Dodger Nation?
Are you really trying to piss me off? I'm not saying very much right now.
So, what do you think? You think you can make a run with what you got?
We're healthy, but the problem is we're not healthy.
Injuries are part of the game, though.
Don't know if Yamamoto is going to be okay. You just don't know.
You see, this was starting to make me upset now. Flaherty was a target of the Yankees, and as of 3 hours ago, now, that's being held up because the Dodgers and the Red Sox decided to stick their nose in it.
You want to get everything?
Yes.
Okay.
You, don't ask me about getting everything after the 700 million, whatever billion offseason the Dodgers had, okay? Signing everybody in their ma. Don't play with me.
Who is everybody in their mouth? We did cut one person.
Ohtani, you got the next dude, Yamamoto. I mean, come on, man.
We still want more.
And greedy. Piggy get nice and fat hog, go straight to the slaughter. Remember that.
When the Yankees was doing it back in the day, you didn't say that.
Ah, boy.
When Steinbrenner was opening the checkbook every minute, you didn't say that.
Be respectful how you talk about the dead, please.
Okay.
Mr. Steinbrenner. Mr. Steinbrenner or Big George.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just talking about stuff that he did.
He did it well, too, when he did it.
Yeah.
That was one thing about George. If he put his mind to opening up the checkbook was going to be opened, and some spending was going to be done.
So why are you upset with me if we're spending a couple of dollars?
We spend it on other people. We need that pitcher from Detroit. You could go get whoever else you want. That's fine. Leave that one alone.
But if we can't get Crochet, we can get him.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I can't believe I can't believe the Padres give up what they give up for Tanner Scott. That's a lot. You're 2, 4, and 6 or 8.
They gave up a lot of prospects for him, bro. Real talk.
You've got your prospects to try win this, to try catch the Dodgers, and what if you don't catch the Dodgers? What you can do?
Correct. Now that's a waste. All right.
What you gonna do?
Listen, we got a couple hours left. We got a couple minutes left, about half an hour, 31 minutes to be exact, to see if anything else gets done.
43 seconds, 42, 41 seconds.
What's that?
31 seconds, 36 seconds, 31 minutes, 36 seconds. The Twins trade for Trevor Richards from the Athletics.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I'm seeing reports coming through in football, Pearly, and we got to switch to the NFL. I'm really getting upset with my Cowboys.
What happened now?
Yesterday, the news is out. They're close to a deal with CeeDee Lamb, correct? $34 million, slightly under Justin Jefferson. Probably could have gotten it done. We're our own worst enemies. Not today. We got Cowboy reporters saying that's not true. Like, why you want to stir up the animosity? Why you want to make this ugly? Just go ahead and let's get this deal done. You know, that's the most important deal the Cowboys need to get done. That one. Then Dak Prescott, then Micah Parsons.
CeeDee Lamb, I think, is more the holdup than the Cowboys.
No, Purdy. No, Purdy. It's cut and dry. His agent was, look, between 34 and 35, you got the deal. And if we don't surpass Jefferson, that's fine. But we need to fall right below him. So, and the numbers are there to match.
You said that you saw the deal was a done deal because they already got to the figure. I'm telling you, I think CeeDee Lamb is the holdback, not the Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys are saying they didn't put that report out. They didn't offer $34 million.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's Jerry and Steven being Jerry and Steven. That's why I need them to sell to the Saudis and let Dallas reclaim its hierarchy in the NFL. Because only the Joneses are going to get rich off this incarnation of the Cowboys. They don't care if the Cowboys lose. They don't.
The Saudis?
Yeah, but that's been big talk. Saudis are interested in purchasing a pro sports team in the NFL. You know, Jerry has a relationship with them for years due to his oil business.
I don't think that's going to get approved.
Why not?
Well, they give it a lot of noise with the golf thing. They Okay.
And one thing about the Saudis, they can go big. If they got to buy a championship, meaning, spend for players and pay a luxury tax, they will. They don't care. They'll invest what it takes to win 2 or 3 Super Bowls in a row. if you've got the talent.
Okay.
Something that I don't think Jerry would do, considering he knows how much winning the Super Bowl cost.
All right.
So we'll see how it all plays out. Jerry's a strange one when it comes to contracts.
I got you.
He'll sit down and give you the world, but it's got to be on his terms, you know?
That's how rich people go.
You could give him a great deal that makes a lot of sense, but if he don't feel like he put it together, then it won't happen.
Oh, you got to feed that ego.
Ah, there you go. Well, let's get to this first break, Pearly. And after this first break, we'll chime back in. We still got our picks coming up. And I can see who's going to take us home today. Could be Cowherd, could be Rich Eisen. We'll figure it out on the flip side of the break as the Tuesday, July 30th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
All right.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Are you looking for a fresh experience? Look no further than Fresh Market. Our store is stocked with the freshest produce, meats, and dairy, all sourced locally and internationally for the best quality. With our commitment to freshness and our friendly associates, your shopping experience is sure to be a breeze. Come visit Fresh Market today and taste the difference freshness can make.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
We are bucket together when everybody out. Fried chicken, we are free, bucket for the crowd. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Crispy original when we're online. Bucket together under the new dance craze.
Hot KFC Summer Bucket Deal. 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits with options to add family fries, a 2-liter switcher, and 4 pineapple biscuits, starting at $20. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, in a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet. The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
We're back at you on Talking Heads, and let's go to the phone lines, Pearly. Talking Heads.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
Listen, I had to call back because one of some listener to Guardian Radio calling this morning. He said something very positive with George, but he never knew for a minute that the late Adam Brister won the World Series 49 years ago. You understand?
Yeah, man, and was involved in one of the most controversial players in the history of Major League Baseball with Johnny Bench.
Because the plate umpire Larry Barnett was threatened. I'll always remember that. That will go down in history, in the eyes of history forever.
Correct.
The late Adam Brister, who became a world champion in baseball, the first Bahamian to do it 2 years after independence, and then we had the boxer by the name of Elisha Obed.
Correct.
Did it the same year, and neither of them have got their recognition. Neither of them have been properly recognized by
This
the
is
state.
true. This is true.
That is so unbelievable. But anyhow, y'all keep up the good work, so I'll continue to listen.
And good trip down memory lane right there, man. That's a good one. Adam Brister was a great dude, man. Always used to love my conversations with Ed. Good peoples. All right, Purdy, let me just address this real quick. Purdy still there?
I'm right here.
Good afternoon, Naughty and Pearly. Can you please answer this for me? My daughter is telling and insisting to me it's true that Boston died sometime in May. I never heard of any news on social media. Is it true? Do you know? Listen, Mike Tyson was supposed to fight Jake Paul. Mike Tyson had a stomach reaction due to a bleeding ulcer on a flight to a press conference. He backed out of the fight. I just checked, and as of a minute ago, Mike Tyson still is walking, breathing, and punching in God's good ear. He's still with us. We haven't lost Mike Tyson. So take your moment right now to gloat as a mom and say you were wrong and enjoy it all the way home and say, you know what I mean? I was right, you was wrong. There you go.
And I think they rescheduled the fight to September.
He fought some scrub the other night and half killed him. I guess he'll fight Mike in September. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads. Talking Heads. All right, Purdy, let's get to these picks real quick because we got Rich Eisen taking us home today, and he's breaking it down for you Dolphin fans, the merit of that contract that Tua signed and the merit to the contract that Jordan Love signed. So we'll see. So I guess we better do baseball today, Purdy.
That's the only thing happening today.
Dear God, a lot of baseball. All right, let's make it quick. We got to do it rapid fire, man. Blue Jays and Orioles. I like the Orioles over the Blue Jays in that one.
Me too.
Yankees and the Phils. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like the Yankees in this one tonight.
I think the Phils gonna bounce back tonight.
Marlins and the Rays. I got to go with the Rays because the Marlins don't have nobody.
Marlins, they give up all the pitching, so they really should hold more beating tonight. They game for that number one pick.
Yeah, and they had no pitching to begin with. I like the Cubs over the Reds tonight. Cubs playing good ball coming in. Better than the Reds.
Okay.
The Twins and the Mets. I like the Mets in New York, man.
Monaka pitching for them tonight. Okay, yeah.
The Mariners and the Red Sox. I like the Red Sox in Fenway.
Paxton, Dodgers, let's trade him to Boston. Paxton pitching tonight, so we should see. He's in fresh face, a good start, refresh for him. Let's see what happens.
You got the Cardinals and the Rangers. Cardinals at home. This time of year, they start to put their late season run together. Yeah, I'll go with the Cardinals at home.
Scherzer pitching tonight. I go with the Rangers.
Oh, Scherzer pitching for the Rangers? Yeah, check that. I can go in with the Rangers, too. The Braves and the Brewers. Wow. I got to go with Milwaukee at home.
I don't know. Albies had a broken wrist. I don't know. I think I go in Milwaukee tonight at home.
All right, the Royals and the White Sox. I like the Royals to win that one.
I like everything they're doing. So, all right, let's see what happens.
Pirates and the Astros. The Astros playing good ball, bro. Whether they underdogs or favorites, they winning. I got to go with the Astros at home.
But the Pirates, I like what the Pirates are doing. The Pirates have done a lot. I'm going to go with the Pirates tonight. The Pirates serious about making it in the playoffs.
Rockies and the Angels. Wow, this is a dog meat, but this is a dog food game right here. This is horrible.
I'm going to go with the Angels.
Angels at home.
I thought the Rockies would have traded Quantrill so he could go somewhere and have a run for a playoff spot, but I guess not. So I like the Rockies tonight.
Dodgers.
I like the Angels tonight.
Dodgers at the Padres.
The Padres can be on a high, but they ain't gonna get to use Scott tonight. He can jump all over them early. Glasgow go pitch a gem. He can have 7 strikeouts.
I like the Dodgers just because of your pitching in this one tonight.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks over the Nationals because the Diamondbacks got to keep winning. And the Giants and the A's, I don't know what's going on there. I'll take the Giants at home.
The Giants made some moves, but I don't know. Oakland just ain't there. Giants, I'll take the Giants at home too.
All right, Dexter, me and Pearlie will tell you what we think about the Olympics, the opening ceremony and everything up until tomorrow when we get in tomorrow because you're catching us right as we going out the door.
I'll just say this much. You get what you get when you go to France.
That's all I going to say. Oui. And with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads. Rich Eisen taking us home on the flip side of the break. Keep it right where you got it.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game. Buck it together, come make we buck it together. Hey, buck it together, buck it together. We are buck it together when everybody out. Fried chicken we are free, bucket for the crow. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Crispy original when we're online. Bucket together under the new dance craze.
Hot KFC Summer Bucket Deals. 8 pieces of your favorite fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits with options to add family fries, a 2-liter switcher, and 4 pineapple biscuits. Starting at $20. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Friday while you were back east, TJ. And when we went off the air on Friday for the weekend, both Tua Tagovailoa and Jordan Love had yet to be extended, had yet to be given new contracts. And I think both got their new contracts within hours of each other.
Yeah.
It happened. Like, talk about a Friday sports news dump.
I think Tua got his like a half hour after we went off the air on Friday. And
boom, boom.
And Jordan Love later that evening. Yeah.
Jordan Love, now the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League annually and things of that nature. He's the most generationally enriched Green Bay Packer of all time. And Tua Tagovailoa coming in a couple million a year less than that, but I'm sure there are metrics in the contract that he and his agent are able to point to saying he's paid, better than anybody else based on this metric, that metric, and whatnot. But, we're all caught up in the annual average of these contracts. Bottom line is this. What does it mean in terms of winning the Super Bowl for these teams? And both franchises fully believe, despite both guys getting career playoff starts number 1 of their career this past winter, both believe they are the future. They are the ones that can lead their franchises back to promised lands. Miami waiting much longer than Green Bay fans, but they believe they're the ones to do it, and the market means you pay them oodles upon oodles of money and take up large percentages of your current and future salary caps. And people can't wrap their arms around this because when you look at the highest average quarterback contracts per year, Burrow, Lawrence, Love coming in at $55 million per. That's tops. Tua, $53.1, $1 million more than Jared Goff. And then you look at the rest of the top 8 in that category, and you see the guys who got paid in previous years: Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. I added it up. I channeled my inner Brockman.
Thank you, Rich.
I was inspired by you, sir.
Appreciate that.
Their combined playoff record, the top 8 annually paid quarterbacks in the NFL have a combined playoff record of 16-17. You add up all of their Super Bowl wins. There's 3 of them. Pardon me, combined Super Bowl appearances. There's 3 of them. You add up their Super Bowl wins. There are none of them. 0. You are not paying on past ultimate results. You are paying on the future, because that's the way it goes in the NFL. And remarkably, the way it goes in the NFL now is that maybe all you need to see is 1 year. And if that 1 year was timed properly by your young quarterback, you've got to pay him. And unbelievably, who'd have thought that after he got drafted in the COVID draft and shocked the GOAT quarterback that was apparently at home a couple fingers into a drink and got surprised by this kid's drafting, and then that potentially sparked back-to-back MVP campaigns that left this kid nailed to the bench, only to have him 1 year after that get the opportunity to start. Jordan Love, 1 full year as a starter in Green Bay, perfectly timed to get the richest contract the NFL has given a quarterback. Who'd have thought that would be the way this story winds up? Now, the question is, how does it wind up from here? But that's the way it goes. And in case you are wondering, all right, the list of current quarterbacks with Super Bowl experience, because again, just 3 appearances amongst the top 8 best paid quarterbacks in the NFL. And the 3 belonged to Goff when he was a Ram, Burrow against the Rams, and Jalen Hurts a couple of years ago against Mahomes, who leads this list with 4. Again, this is a list of, we're showing radio audience on the screen, active starting quarterbacks with Super Bowl experience in the NFL. Just 8 of them. That's it. and only 2 with multiple appearances, Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Rodgers, Goff, Burrow, Stafford, Hurts, Brock Purdy all have 1. And by the way, the list, if this is a Venn diagram, to use the phrase apparently out there in the political world these days, a Venn diagram where if you take the list of the top 8 best paid quarterbacks annually in the NFL, and then you take the 8 quarterbacks with Super Bowl experience, as I mentioned, there's just 3 of them. Purdy might join that list next year. And you want to tack on a guy who's never won a Super Bowl, let alone never appeared in a Super Bowl, who may top the list of best 8 annually paid quarterbacks in the NFL by the end of this month. Potentially, it could be Dak. Adding another
with Justin Herbert,
sub 500 record of a quarterback playoff experience, and another quarterback with 0 Super Bowl appearances, let alone wins. That's the way it goes. And in terms of guys who have Super Bowl wins, active quarterbacks, because this is a post-Brady world, right? In terms of the quarterbacks who have Super Bowl wins currently starting in the NFL, there's just 4 of them. That's it. Mahomes, Stafford, Wilson, and Rodgers. That's it. So the NFL is filled with quarterbacks that are being paid very handsomely on hope. Or maybe your franchise that you root for, your team that you root for, has a quarterback on a first-year contract starting this year. And that list is max 7. Houston, C.J. Stroud. Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson. Tennessee, Will Levis. Carolina, Bryce Young. And I'm including in this list Washington because it's going to be Jaden Daniels, right? Mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We assume.
Obviously, I left out Chicago. There's one right there.
Yep.
So the max is 8. Washington, Chicago, we're going to include. And I'm including Vegas because Aiden O'Connell is currently atop the depth chart there. And Denver.
No New England?
No, I don't think he's going to be starting this year. Week 1. Let's put it that way. Let's conclude this to week 1.
Okay. I think he might be starting sooner than.
So if you've got somebody out there with experience and you got somebody out there with Super Bowl experience and you've got somebody out there who can get you to the Super Bowl and win it and can show up on Sundays, who is widely believed to be the best quarterback on the field, you pay him. And right now, there's only one of those guys. His name is Patrick Mahomes. So in case anybody's out there wondering, what does Patrick think about all this? Mm-hmm. Well, Jared Bell of USA Today asked him if he thought he was underpaid.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bell.
And he wrote, quote, his answer, 2 words, not necessarily. That's how he responded. By the way, he also thinks it's great for quarterbacks in this league. It's great for these kids making all of this money annually. And the fact that Mahomes isn't in the realm of the top 8 also just goes to show you that you got to read fine print to figure it out.
Yep.
Would you care to guess who from last year, 2023, all the way to 2026, 4 years, and even with these new contracts just being awarded, 2024 through 2027, is the best paid quarterback in terms of total cash going from the team to the player?
Well, Rich, I read that article last night as well, so I'm not going to answer.
His name,
Kirk Cousins,
is Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. Right. He's got the most cash still, people.
Coming into this year, even with Love making what he's making, and even with Love apparently making an absurd amount of it in year 1, like $75 million in year 1,
yeah.
even with Tua now making what he's making, and and Lawrence getting his deal this year. Even with all that, Patrick Mahomes from 2024, this season, all the way through 2027, his cash flow is $215.6 million. In other words,
he's doing all right.
That's why he's got a smile on his face, rings on his finger, and
third baby on the way.
Yeah, baby's coming.
Or to put it in Raiders terms, sitting on a log with a banjo, singing about rainbows.
Wait a minute, what?
Sipping tea.
Oh, TJ
Can you
missed
explain
that.
this to me?
No, you're out. Oh, you're out of office.
Okay.
All right, that's the state of quarterback pay and play in the NFL today. So a lot of people wringing their hands. All these guys, not much. Yeah. They're getting paid. That's what the market bears. And you need to hit it at the right time, which is why you leave college when you can, start the contract when you can, and try not to get franchised. Don't leave money on the table. Again, Lamar Jackson isn't complaining. His cash, by the way, ranks 9th over the next 4 years, $179.2 million. Not too bad. But he could have started that gravy train a couple years earlier. You might be nitpicking. But the bottom line is this. The current kids on their first year contracts are seeing these numbers, and all they got to do is just show a flash of it and try and be as consistent as possible after that flash, which is why I think, depending on what Dak signs for, if at all, Brock Purdy may be the first $60 million a year quarterback, and if not him, it's C.J. Stroud after what we just saw.
No doubt.
And Anthony Richardson, stay healthy. Give yourself one season.
And he could be 70.
And then all of a sudden, he'll be sitting on a bus and seeing his owner, his team's, the guy who signs his check, the owner of his team, saying, hey,
it's Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.